For many of your assignments in college, you may be asked to use information from scholarly sources to support the claims you make in your papers or presentations. A source can refer to any source of information, certainly articles and books, but also websites, videos, and even people. Scholarly sources are what we look to for much of our information in an academic context, so let's make sure we all know what scholarly sources are. First, scholarly sources are written by scholars. When I say scholars, I mean experts in the field, such as your professors, who have a master's or doctorate in their discipline. Scholars most often work at universities, but sometimes at research firms or other organizations. Second, scholarly sources are written for scholars. That means that other scholars are the primary audience for their work. While students and the general public may read these sources as well, scholarly publications are the way that scholars communicate to each other their latest research or new information related to their field. Third, scholarly sources are published by scholarly journals or presses. Scholarly articles will be published in scholarly journals, which are also known as peer-reviewed journals or academic journals. These articles go through a peer review process in which other experts in the field review them before publication as a means of quality control. Scholarly books are published by scholarly presses, which may be university presses or other academic publishers. You can usually tell by going to the website of a journal or press whether it's scholarly. Finally, scholarly sources will follow certain disciplinary conventions. For some disciplines, that might mean that a research article includes certain sections, like an abstract, introduction, literature review, methods, results, and discussion. In all disciplines, scholarly sources will cite other sources, so look for references at the end or the bottom of each page. Having a reference list isn't enough to make a source scholarly, but if you see something without citations, you can have a pretty good idea that it's not scholarly. Typically, scholarly sources will meet all four of these criteria, so keep them in mind as you evaluate your sources. Most of the time, you can start by just looking at the publisher. If you are certain that the journal or press is scholarly, and that the source is presenting new research or information, you can be fairly sure that the source is scholarly. However, scholarly journals also include things like book reviews, and scholarly presses sometimes publish creative works or coffee table books. And these are not what your instructors are looking for when they ask for scholarly sources. If you need help determining whether a source is scholarly, ask a librarian.